I love this house, Montale. They always give us beast mode stuff. You're talking about great longevity, great projection, lasts forever. Now, I used to buy all my bottles. I have maybe 15, 20 bottles from the house. I used to buy them for almost $100, between 90 and 100, 110 per bottle. Now I start to see them for what, 50, $60 for 60 mil, or 60, 70, 80 for 100 mil. So the price is crazy good price right now, considering you get beast mode stuff. I'm not kidding, this is probably the most beast brand that I have. Well, of course, some other stuff, other brands, they will give you extra to perform, yes. But these Montel stuff, basically all of them are that beast. This is Intense Cafe. I gotta tell you, straight up, this is mostly vanillic, rose, and cafe latte. More than just black coffee. I drink coffee every day. This does not smell like straight up coffee, but it's more like Starbucks stuff, Frappuccino, cappuccino. But mainly, I think it's closest to maybe cafe latte. All right, spray time. Around my dry skin, it's gonna suck it up, but it's a powerful beast. Welcome to my place. My name is Dave. Really good to have you here though. The temperature is getting cool, and always, every year, I'll wear this one because I love it. I mean, I'll wear it in the morning, throughout the day, and nighttime too. Yeah, even nighttime when, coffee, not really good idea. But yeah, this one kind of helps me sleep though. It's more of a mellow, well, it's strong, it is intense, but it's not really intense coffee. It's mostly intense vanilla and rose base. Okay, now I have just a super quick story. Long time ago, when I was really young, I went to a fair. It's one of those fair where they have animals and things like that, and also carnival rides. And it was nighttime, around maybe 9 o'clock or so. They're closing down. They have some shops. Few people were left. And in one of the stores, they were selling glass, rose glass. Basically, is a glass maker into a shape of rose, but they put, I guess, rose water in there. So when you smell that glass, it smells like rose. And then next to me, it was a guy, very funky hair, like big, fluffy. He's a white guy, but he has like a black guy's hair, afro, kind of a little bit, not really afro, but I don't know how to call that, but big curly hair. And I looked at him and I realized, ooh, he's Kenny G. If you don't know him, he basically was super famous back then. He played the saxophone, tons of great hits, and very, very cool guy. Kenny G, look him up. Romantic saxophone stuff. And it was him. So I had a very, very, very strong impression. And I was smelling that rose petal of made from glass. And that stuck to me. Maybe that's why every time, there's rose stuff, I don't think it's too feminine for me. I love smelling it. I love wearing it. Well, not as often as, the other fragrances, but I have rose in the front yard, in the backyard, and everywhere. So, yeah, anyway. But I do understand some guys are averse to it. Maybe you think it's a little bit too feminine for you. It's cool. But this one, yes, it does that. So straight up let you know. If you're interested, be ready for that blast of rose together with vanilla. And coffee kind of step back as maybe the third player back in there. But I get mostly the cafe latte, okay? Instead of black coffee. Maybe just a bit, but to my nose, more of a latte thing. Yeah, so it is intense. You see, I have two bottles because that's how much I enjoy it. I bought the first bottle for over 100, and then the second bottle is a tester, a little bit cheaper. But I got both bottles more than 2 or 3 years ago, before the pandemic. Okay, so it's not really that complicated. The few notes I mentioned, maybe some sweets. Maybe you could say, oh, okay, maybe there's some amber, some other stuff in here, maybe a bit of musk, but mainly it's a trifecta of rose, vanilla, plus a bit of coffee. But just so you know, in case you're thinking, ooh, intense coffee. I love coffee. And your guy, you jump into it and be like, Dave, you forgot to tell me about the roast. So I'm telling you, the roast is strong here with the sweet vanilla. This is a very sweet puppy. All right, in case you're thinking about this, mostly dominant by the sweet vanilla and rose. My hands are gesturing back here so you can see it is. Make sure you know. But I love the scent of rose. So I'm very cool with this one. In fact, when I first smelled it, I thought, this is so great. And then it was later, actually, my wife next to me, and she just mentioned it. Oh, you smell like rose. Then it kind of clicked in my head. Oh, yeah, this is more rose dominant than the other stuff. And sometimes I smell like burnt vanilla or burnt sugar, a little bit burnt. I like that, especially in the beginning. First few minutes, that right now is blasting. And yeah, it's blasting mostly that burnt sugar vanillic. And then the coffee latte kind of playing back a little bit. Yeah, sometimes I say, okay, I smell like chocolate, a little bit incense. Yeah, it's a mixture of those. Okay, yes. And the dry down, the coffee kind of dissipate a bit, and the vanilla and the rose is going to be stronger there. Okay, just so you know straight up, in case you're interested. Last time I saw it was at $72 for 100 ml bottle. It's going to last you forever. It's so worth it for me. I love it, absolutely love it. It is a little bit similar to the other coffee fragrances, but like I said, the coffee is not the super main player. It's not the first number one guy. Okay, it's gonna be a bit into the back, just a bit. Yeah. So if you're looking for those and then looking for beast, a couple sprays last you all day. The next day as well, if you spray on your shirt, a lot of time I'll spray on my shirt, and a couple days later I'll still smell them. Okay, that's how strong this is if you put it on your clothing, for sure. Yeah. So I would say the first few minutes is a bit strong, and then later on it's smooth out. Yes, it does. It does smooth out. Man, I just really, really love this stuff. I'm thinking about getting more, but if I don't have my collection, I'll definitely be piling up as many bottles of this as I can. So I'll make sure I have them. If I'll just have a one signature scent, is my bid, just because how much I enjoy it. Now I gotta say, it's gonna be for the cool weather. Yeah, this is a more of a warm type of scent and more cool weather leaning. And some cool weather scents I would think in a category, well, are they fitting for the holiday season? Are they some scents that give me that vibe? But this one is not necessarily. This one more to me like a daily scent, like coffee. Like drinking coffee. And yeah, just like when I walk on my front door and pass the front yard, and then smell the roses. Not every time, but sometimes when I smell it, it just feels really great. So yeah. Oh, I remember one thing. I forgot if I mentioned this, but one time I went to a museum. We have a very cool museum around. It's called the Huntington, where it's a gigantic place. They have a lot of garden and a lot of indoor museum, great collection of art. And right in the middle, they have a rose garden cafe where we make reservations, go and have a nice little snack, cheese, drink coffee, and all surrounded by the rose garden. This had a little bit of that vibe where I'm smelling the rose, I'm drinking sips of coffee. Right now, I smell a little bit more of the black coffee, so it's good. It's transitioning as I'm talking to you. So yeah, I'm smelling the black coffee right here. Right now, it's about 8 minutes since I sprayed it. Yeah, I'm getting a bit of that. Okay, but the rose is strong. Okay, but I gotta say though, I don't necessarily feel it's not very feminine leaning. I would just say, let's say unisex right in the middle. This is one step to the feminine side, just like that. But I wear this all the time, and I'd never have anybody roll an eye on me. So nobody look at me weird. Okay, so this is a nice one. Yeah. I'm trying to see what else I'm picking up. I was surprised. I'm thinking of a picking up black coffee instead of the cafe latte because of the vanilla, you know, how sweet it is. The sweet meter is about a 7 out of 10. So it's not a beast sweet. It's not, and it's not cloying at all. It doesn't bother me at all. So it's a good type of sweet. I'm smelling some chocolate. Okay. Yeah. This is just, best way to say is maybe smell gourmandish, like delicious. I want to say that delicious. Right now, some people might pick up more of the roast. Some people pick up more of the coffee or coffee latte or vanilla. But for me, I'm getting mixture of those three and kind of mixing. Sometimes the roast will stand out just a bit. Sometimes the coffee will stand out a bit. Hey, everybody gonna pick up different things, right? But that's what I'm getting. All right. So occasions, hey, where anytime you think roast and coffee will work for you, I'll wear this everywhere. Even, but they're not too formal meetings. Maybe not necessarily that suitable. So, you know, just be careful. But everywhere else, hey, no problem. For work, it's very suitable. Yeah. And for school, that's fine. For dates, yep. But I already told you, it's one step leaning feminine. Okay, for those of you guys out there, you're concerned about that, now you know. Okay, so I absolutely love this one. For me, it's a 10 out of 10. Okay, but I understand for some guys that, you know, the roasting might keep you away, but you know, yeah, I love this one. Okay, so it's a beast. Occasion is very versatile. Mostly it's versatile. It does smell a little bit like anything that has the coffee or the vanilla. Okay, it's not super unique, but for me, the longevity is great. Okay, I hope that's kind of helpful if you're looking into it, okay? And as always, see you next time.